She thought the universe was punishing her, when in truth, it was preparing her for everything she'd ever asked for. If your life is falling apart right now, if it feels like you're losing people, losing money, losing direction, and you secretly wonder, did I do something wrong? Is the universe against me? Then this story is for you. Because what I'm about to share with you is not just a story about loss. It is a story about awakening, about how the universe often breaks what is false, before it can build what is true. By the end of this video, you'll see why everything seemed to collapse at once, how spiritual awakening often begins with heartbreak and chaos, and how your rock bottom might actually be the exact doorway into the life you've been asking for. Stay with me until the end, because there's a moment in this story that might feel like someone finally put your pain into words. The life that looked fine. Her name is Emma. From the outside, her life looked fine. Not spectacular, not terrible, just fine. She had a steady job in an office that smelled like burnt coffee and old printer ink. Same desk, same view from the window, same small talk every Monday. So, how was your weekend? Busy. Yours? Yeah, same. She had a long-term relationship that everybody assumed would end in marriage. They lived together, shared bills, shared a bed, shared a life that looked good enough on Instagram. If you scrolled past her pictures, you would see smiles, dinners, trips, the occasional date night selfie with a caption like, "So grateful for this life sparkles." But what no picture showed was the slow, quiet emptiness building inside her. Emma woke up every day with a weight on her chest. Not heavy enough to paralyze her, but never light enough to ignore. Sometimes, when she was alone, she caught herself thinking, is this it? Is this the life I'm supposed to live for the next 40 years? And then she'd push that thought away. Because who was she to complain? She had a job. She had a partner. She had a roof. Other people had it worse, right? So she silenced the voice within and kept moving through the motions of a life that was slowly suffocating her soul. The first crack appeared at work. One ordinary Tuesday afternoon, an email popped up on her screen. Mandatory meeting, 4 p.m., conference room B. No subject line, no details. Everyone exchanged nervous looks. At 4 o'clock, her manager stood in front of the team, holding a stack of papers and avoiding eye contact. You probably already know where this is going. Budget cuts. Restructuring. We value all of you, but Emma's position was one of the first to go. She heard the words, but it felt like they were echoing in a tunnel. Your role is being made redundant. Redundant. Such a cold word for your life is about to change in ways you didn't choose. She nodded mechanically, packed her things in a cardboard box, walked out of a building she'd walked into almost every day for years. When the elevator door closed, her hands shook. She had never been unemployed before. She had always been responsible, careful, the one who did everything right. And yet, here she was. She expected comfort when she got home, support, a hug from the person she loved. Instead, she got something else. Her partner barely looked up from his phone when she walked in. "How was your day?" he mumbled. She tried to keep her voice steady. "I lost my job." Silence. Then came the words that would echo in her mind for months. Well, you'll find another one, I guess. Just don't expect me to carry everything. I'm not your rescue plan. It wasn't what he said. It was how little he cared. In that moment, Emma didn't just lose her job. She lost the illusion that the person she shared a bed with was truly on her side. She felt something inside her crack, a fracture between the life she was living and the life she silently knew she deserved. But the universe wasn't done yet. When life is about to transform you, it often removes every place where you've been hiding from your own truth. Weeks passed. Emma sent out endless job applications. She adjusted her resume. She went to interviews where people smiled politely and said, "We'll be in touch," and never were. The savings in her bank account shrank a little more every week. Stress seeped into the walls of the apartment. One night, after yet another argument about money, her partner said calmly, "You know, this isn't working for me anymore. I feel like we're stuck. I think we should take a break. Maybe end this." It felt like someone had pulled the floor out from under her. Now, when I've just lost my job, when everything is already falling apart, he shrugged. "I can't carry you. I need to think about myself." And just like that, he was gone. No dramatic exit. No made-for-movie breakup speech. Just a quiet withdrawal of presence. In the space of a few months, she lost her job. She lost her partner. She felt like she had lost herself. The life she knew had collapsed. She lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling like the universe had turned its back on her. She whispered into the darkness, "What did I do wrong? Why are you taking everything from me? I was playing by the rules. I was trying my best." Silence. And in that silence, she felt something worse than anger. Abandonment. Not just by people, but by life itself. Here's the part no one tells you. When the universe is about to change your life, it doesn't send you a polite email ahead of time. It rips away what is misaligned, so that what is truly meant for your soul can finally find you. But Emma didn't know that yet. All she knew was pain. She went into survival mode. Wake up, stare at phone, scroll job sites, send applications, panic over money, cry, sleep, repeat. Days blurred together. One evening, she dragged herself outside, just to get air. The sky was painted in deep oranges and pinks, the kind of sunset that makes strangers stop for a second. She didn't notice. She was walking, head down, lost in thoughts of, what if I never find another job? What if I can't pay rent? What if this is the end of my life as I know it? She passed a small bookstore. She had walked by 100 times before. For the first time, she felt an urge to go in. She almost ignored it, but something, very small, very quiet, said, "Just go." Inside, the air smelled like paper and dust and possibility. Her fingers brushed over rows of books, until one practically fell off the shelf in front of her. The title read, "When Life Breaks You Open, A Guide to Spiritual Awakening." She laughed bitterly. Very funny, universe. She opened it anyway. Her eyes landed on a line. Sometimes the universe will dismantle the life you built from fear. so it can guide you into the life you were meant to build from truth. She read it again and again. Something inside her, some deeply buried part, recognized those words. She bought the book with what little money she had, and took it home like a life jacket. That night, instead of scrolling until she was numb, she read. The author talked about dark nights of the soul, losing everything you thought you were, ego death, the illusion of control, and the sacred role of chaos in awakening. With every page, she saw her own story reflected back at her, not as a failure, but as an initiation. What if, she wondered, this wasn't the universe hating her, but the universe answering a prayer she didn't even remember making? Hadn't she, years earlier, whispered, "I wish I could live a deeper life. I want to feel truly fulfilled. I want to discover my purpose"? The book suggested something radical. When you ask for transformation, life rarely redecorates the prison. It breaks the walls. Emma closed the book, tears in her eyes. Had she been praying for freedom while clinging to the chains? For the first time, Emma stopped fighting what had already happened. She stopped replaying past conversations, stopped obsessively stalking her ex online, stopped poisoning her mind with thoughts like, "I'm worthless, I'm cursed, I've been abandoned." Instead, she tried something different. She sat on the floor, hands open on her lap, eyes closed. Out loud, she said, "Okay, universe, I don't understand any of this. I don't know why you took my job, my relationship, my sense of safety. But if you are not punishing me, then show me. Show me what this is for. Show me who I'm meant to become. I'm tired of fighting. I surrender." This wasn't surrender as in, "I give up." It was, "I give up pretending I can control everything. I give you permission to guide me." From that night on, things didn't become instantly easy, but they became different. She began waking up a little earlier. She would sit by the window with a notebook and write, "How do I really feel today? What is one small thing I can do to love myself right now? What if nothing is wrong with me, and everything is rearranging for me?" She wrote down every fear. Then underneath it, she wrote a possibility. Fear. I'll never find another job. Possibility. Maybe I'm not meant to go back to the same career. Maybe something new is waiting. Something I've never allowed myself to imagine. Fear. No one will ever truly love me. Possibility. Maybe I'm being cleared of those who don't know how to love, so someone aligned with my soul can finally see me. Fear. I've lost everything. Possibility. Maybe I've lost only what was never truly mine. She started meditating using free videos online. Not perfectly. Not for an hour every day. Sometimes 5 minutes. Sometimes 10. Sometimes she just sat in silence, hand over her heart, and whispered, "I'm still here. I'm still willing. Guide me." Her energy began to soften. She wasn't high vibe all the time, but the constant inner war, it was fading. The unexpected alignment. One afternoon, she received a message from an old coworker she hadn't spoken to in years. "Hey Emma, how are you? I saw online that you're no longer at the company. I've been thinking about you." They agreed to meet for coffee. During their conversation, Emma was honest, something she wasn't used to being. She didn't pretend she was thriving. She told the truth. I hit bottom. I lost my job. My relationship ended. But strangely, I'm starting to feel more like myself than I have in a long time. I don't know what's next yet, but I know it can't be the old life. Her friend listened carefully. Then she said something that made Emma's heart skip a beat. You know, I've just joined a new project. We're looking for someone who can handle clients, organize things, and bring a calm, empathetic presence. You've always had that. You were the one everyone felt safe talking to at work. It's not a typical corporate job. It's more human, more meaningful. I don't know why, but I feel like you'd be perfect for it. The old Emma would have panicked. I'm not ready. I'm too broken. I'll mess it up. The new Emma took a breath and thought, maybe this is one of the doors I asked the universe to show me. She said, I'd love to hear more. What followed was a series of conversations, not interviews. They liked her, not just her CV, her heart, her story, her presence. Weeks later, she received an offer. The pay wasn't billionaire level, but it was steady, respectful, aligned with her needs. More importantly, the work mattered. She was helping real people, using her empathy, intuition, and communication in a way her old job never allowed. On her first day, as she walked into the new building, smaller, simpler, more heart-centered, she felt a wave of emotion. This feels like the beginning of my real life. Months later, Emma looked back at the girl who thought her world had ended. The girl sobbing on the floor, screaming at the universe. Why are you taking everything from me? She wanted to wrap her arms around that version of herself and say, life isn't taking from you, it's freeing you. Because now she could see. The job that collapsed had drained her spirit. The relationship that ended had kept her small and afraid. The version of herself who lived in constant anxiety had no idea how powerful she really was. The universe didn't punish her. It intervened. It broke the illusions, the attachments, the false stability, so that her soul path could finally begin. Her losses were not random. They were an answer to the quiet, desperate prayer she had made. Please, I want more. I want purpose. I want truth. And the universe replied, then I must first remove everything that is not aligned with who you truly are. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't comfortable, but it was sacred. Now, let's talk about you. Maybe you're in the middle of your own collapse. Maybe you've lost your job, your relationship, your sense of identity, your belief that life is safe. Maybe you wake up with that same weight on your chest that Emma used to feel, and you think, I can't do this. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know where my life is going. Listen to me carefully. Sparkles, you are not being punished. Sparkles, you are not forgotten. Sparkles, you are not broken beyond repair. Sometimes, the universe will shake your entire world. Not to destroy you, but to destroy the version of you that was built from fear, people-pleasing, and survival. The version of you that settled, that dimmed your light, that stayed where your soul had already left. If you asked for a more authentic life, a meaningful purpose, a deeper connection with your soul, true love, real peace. Then the old structures cannot remain. The house built on fear has to fall, so the home built on truth can rise. That's what Emma's story is about. That's what your story might be about too. If this story resonated with you, if you felt your chest tighten, if you saw even a small part of yourself in Emma, take a deep breath right now. Put your hand over your heart. And in the comments, write, "Sparkles, I trust the universe is rebuilding me." Sparkles. Write it as a declaration. Not that you enjoy the pain, but that you're willing to believe. Something sacred might be happening beneath the surface. If you want more stories like this, stories of spiritual awakening, healing, law of attraction in real life, and people who turned their breakdown into a breakthrough, backhand index pointing right, like this video. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe to Soul Shift Stories. Backhand index pointing right, turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss the next story that your soul might need to hear. Remember, your life is not over. You're not stuck in the ruins. You are standing at the construction site of your new reality, and the universe hasn't finished with you yet. Dizzy.